Hey everyone, welcome to my Legendary Speedrun guide for Regret on Halo 2 for Legendary. Starting off, we're going to do a grenade jump up to where I did, and then do a crouch jump up onto this beam. That's quite hard to pull off. And then we're going to do another grenade jump up to here, and there's going to be 5 jackal snipers that we need to take out. This is very hard to do, so just try and follow what I'm doing. There's quite a few locations that they can spawn. If you shoot where I just did, that'll encourage the second jackal that might be hiding in this building to come out, and you can kill him. Then once you think you've killed all 5 of the jackals, we're going to do a grenade jump across this gap. This is quite hard to do, so try and copy what I do. I crouch in midair and uncrouch just as I land, and then jump just so that gets me extra distance. If you don't make it all the way, you can do a grenade jump from that lower platform that you'll land on up to the top. Now here we're going to do a really hard trick. Throw a grenade where I do, jump over that barricade and stick the red elite or whatever elite spawns. And then we're going to turn around and snipe the final elite. So you want to do that exactly as I did, and as soon as you've killed all 6 enemies, you want to start meleeing, and you want to keep meleeing in order to make the phantom that's now coming despawn. You don't have to melee, but I think it is best to melee because something to do with the checkpoints can cause it not to despawn. So melee like I'm doing here, and the phantom will despawn. Now with that bit you just saw, there's 4 jackals that will spawn and 2 elites. We throw 1 plasma in the middle just before we cause them to spawn, because as we get slightly over that barricade that we jumped on, that will cause them to spawn. So we throw 1 grenade before they spawn, and then as soon as they spawn we stick one of the elites. Then we want to run straight away to the gondola that I'm on now, jump to it. You want to jump kind of early, otherwise the platform will drag you backwards. And once you land on it, you want to turn around and snipe the second elite. And what that'll do is, and then after you've killed the elite, obviously start meleeing, and that will cause the phantom to despawn, which will cause this gondola to launch itself all the way to the far platform, which saves a ton of time. If you don't get the phantom to despawn, what will happen is you'll stay on the gondola, and when it meets up with that second gondola that's coming towards you, you have to kill. You won't have to kill him, but you'll have to jump onto that second gondola and press the button on the other gondola, and then enemies will spawn on the gondola that you were on originally, and you'll have to kill all of them, and then there'll be some drones coming towards you. So there's a lot of hassle. So I would keep restarting until you do get the phantom deload. It's quite easy. Just make sure you kill all 6 of the enemies that spawn in and make it onto the gondola. If you want an extra video going over that trick in more depth, then let me know down in the comments. So once we're here now, we're going to jump to this platform, and we're going to need to take out all the enemies inside here. There's, I think, 4 jackals, but what we're going to do is we're going to cause the drones to not spawn in. By doing that, we're going to make our way up to the top as quick as we can. I throw a grenade to take out some of the jackals before I start taking out the grunt, but the reason we go up here, that stops the drones from spawning, and we're also going to come up here to get the fuel rod cannon off of the grunt that's sleeping. So once you've killed all 4 of the jackals, that grunt, that will cause the dialogue to start, and we can then move on. So what I do is I crouch here and get ready for the jackals to come up, and then throw a plasma which will take out all 3 of the jackals that are inside the gondola. I don't know what it's called. And we're just going to wait for it to come up, jump in the gondola, and then we've got a nice little boat journey, which I'm going to get out of here. Nice little trick that you can do. What you can do, you can jump out and then quickly grab the beam rifle ammo up top if you can make it up there as quick as you can. But yeah, so now we're just going to sit in this little submarine for a minute. Right, so now the submarine journey is finished, we're now going to move on to this indoors area, where we're going to speed past all of the enemies. First of all, there's a room of grunts that we're just going to sneak our way through. So I just come up behind this guy, backsmack him. Hopefully that guy doesn't see us, but if he does see us, it doesn't matter because they're only grunts. We can just run straight past them. Now the next room we're going to run through is somewhat tricky because there's a few jackal snipers and quite a few enemies. So just follow the path I do. You can wait there for a checkpoint. And then we're going to jump past this honor guard, and there'll be a jackal here normally. Take him out. You can pick up his beam rifle if you want, and then we're going to use the fuel rod cannon to take out the second hunter that comes through the door. And I somehow made it through that room without dying, but we did have a checkpoint if I did die, so it wouldn't be too much time lost. Now here you can see my Xbox lagging. Yeah, we're going to take out the enemies in this room with the beam rifle and the fuel rod cannon, not a big deal. Pick up the energy sword here. So we've now got the beam rifle and the energy sword. And we're now going to go on the second submarine journey, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, we're now coming out of the second submarine ride, and we're going to sneak past these honor guards. You want to crouch here where I do on top of this beam. We're going to wait for this guy to come around the corner, and we're just going to sneak around him. Now this next bit you want to do exactly as I do. It's somewhat risky. We're going to just jump up here before the enemies spawn in and start killing us. Jump sideways up this mountain, or not mountain, this rock, and then we're going to jump up here past all the enemies and just pray that you don't die. And then we're going to run straight to this gondola. Before we get on that, we're going to pick up the rocket launcher, which is in this pod, and then we're going to run and press the button. Once we press that button, we're going to grab the extra rocket launcher ammo, and we're going to get ready for the Banshees that are going to come towards us. So there'll be 2 Banshees. Depending on what elite is inside of them, it depends on how much health they have. So I think if it's a white elite, it's 3 shots with a rocket, red is 2, and blue's 1 maybe, I'm not too sure. But just take them out. You can lock on if you hold down RT with the rocket launcher. Here I just got absolutely melted, but it's fine because I did get a checkpoint. So I think this run I got very lucky throughout without dying to the enemies. This is a very hard level, especially at the start if you don't know what you're doing with the jackal snipers, because they will just beam you from out of nowhere. It's really hard, so you need to practice this level quite a bit. But especially the end room is just, you have to get so lucky not to die in the end room, and luckily in this run I didn't expect it whatsoever, but I didn't die. I don't even know how, but you'll see when we get there. I got super lucky. Here you want to take out these guys with the rocket launchers and the sniper ammo before they get, before the 2 gondolas meet, because that will save a bit of time, as the gondolas won't have to stop. And then yeah, we're just going to get ready to launch towards the final platform where we're going to kill Regret. You can do a sword fly all the way over to the platform, but I'm not going to be showing that in this video because I can't bother to go record it basically. But basically we're just going to use the sniper and the battle rifle to take out all the grunts and the jackals before we get to the platform. So you'll see how I do it here. You can snipe these jackals as they jump out, but I just wait a couple more seconds and then you can just take them out with ease with the sniper. Not a big deal. And then, so this last area where we're killing Regret is really hard, really random. because the chances of him dropping you on top of a sword elite in the final room is quite high. So, and I think the par time for this level is only 15 minutes, which is ridiculous for legendary, but that's how it is. So here you want to stab this grunt to launch towards the door. You normally want to sword that elite before, or as he will come around the corner, but he didn't come around the corner for me. Throw a grenade at the other entrance to stop the elites charging at you, and you should make it through there. And then you want to run straight towards regret. I like to stay up top as much as I can to avoid being dropped on or being shot by anything. So you see, as soon as I jump off regret, I start making my way up top again, and then as soon as I hit him, I jump back. Well, as soon as I get back up top, I'll jump down on his head. You'll see me trying to nade him, because if you nade at the right time before you board him, that'll, like, his nade will get, you'll nade regret basically, and that'll just make it go a little bit quicker, but you don't have to do that. So yeah, every time I melee him, I just jump back up top to stay out of the way of all the enemies, and I'll jump back down on his head and start beating him. I make it look really easy because I'm not being shot by many enemies, whereas normally you'd be getting shot from about 100 different angles, but I just got really lucky in this area. I try not to kill as many enemies as I can, because the more enemies you kill, the more chances of there being an elite with a plasma rifle spawning in, and that's what you don't want at all. I think that's how it works, I'm not too sure. But there we go, we kill him, and as soon as you kill him, all the enemies will stop attacking you, and then you just wait until the level ends. And that's the end of the level, guys. 11 minutes, 40 something seconds. Pretty fast regret time. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.